Your body is dead, but you live on. See what hides behind her mask. Chapter yes. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think.
Ah, here comes the broken
It's
again.
all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I guess it feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
Ah, great. Here he is
That's
again.
the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really
There's another
the
one.
only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free.
Ah, there's the smitten again.
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I think they're all wrong.
Of course we're wrong. She's the only thing that's right.
The simp.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
I haven't seen the skeptic before now.
It doesn't matter.
Certainly have seen the broken.
Yes, we just
I haven't seen the
have to do
opportunist.
what she says, and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
That doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her. Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us. And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
So what if we don't go to the cabin?
We've tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her.
Of course.
The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
So can you make sense of them?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized. And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same. Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't really know if I can slay her. No, I don't think about that. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do. No, let's go to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
Nice.
No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
What's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Hello,
Walk up
mirror.
the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces. She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free. It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
I kind of believe him. Proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
I like the
It
opportunist.
already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else, don't you remember? You have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the
Oh,
earth.
nice.
You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
I love it.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
When I said that way back when, you know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
I wasn't going to take her hand, but you're making me want to. You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago, but was that something you, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. Okay.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
Good.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Die.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
That was a weird one. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing? What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves. Yeah. I think I'd like that.
You guys aren't going to make it to the mirror.
Majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Step towards the mirror. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Someone tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The remains you've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know
Do you think there are people out there?
it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a waiting maw, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Yeah, I'm ready to go back. I'm not going to stay
The
here.
next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Finally get some answers.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Nice.
You're on a
Alright, continue on. Proceed. I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. No, I'm just checking in on you. I didn't hear her voice at all.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at night? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, I'll drop it. I haven't dropped it before.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I feel like if I had control over this, the approach I'd want to go for here is, I know you're evil, and I know you're going to try and destroy the world or do whatever. I'm just going to help you and see what happens. A relationship? Oh, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
So, do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told, and whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Alright, well, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
Yeah, but we've already done that.
Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here. That's my only choice.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding their large and heavy.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for...
Doubtful. Whoever locked the prince.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. You attempt to make your shouts and plead your hit. You try the door. I'll repeat. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut me out.
You won't like.
My only choice is to save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the mat. You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. If she didn't so much as utter a... Free from her bindings, the princess... How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
Well, I can't slay the princess. The only option I have is to warn her.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am...
Still can't slay her. Can only resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Maybe. Just maybe.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yup.
I'm afraid it is.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a video. You're here to like that video. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Thanks.